So today we're going to be taking a look at the next plot twist in your life. So we're going to shuffle on camera, and a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Group 1, the next plot twist in your life. What do we need to know? The 9 of Pentacles. That's a very good start. Let's see. So maybe some unexpected wealth or abundance. But let's see. Let's get some more cards here. Kind of just going with the flow with this reading today. We've got several decks to use, and then we'll use the Astro Dice at the end as well. So we've got the Strength card. Group 1, please Spirit, next plot twist in their life. Stop it, the 6 of Wands. Okay, you know, a plot twist isn't necessarily always positive, right? So the fact that we have such great cards, let's get one more and then we'll take a look at your bottom of the deck. Shut up, the 10 of Cups? Okay, and your bottom of the deck is the 7 of Cups. Okay. This is pretty wonderful. This is pretty wonderful. I honestly feel like you're gonna be a bit overwhelmed, but in a very good way. I mean, I can't even stress to you, if you're new to tarot and you're really unfamiliar with the cards, I can't tell you how positive this is. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles talks about financial abundance. It talks about wealth, stability, your material world looking really good. You know, your home, your car, having enough money to go on a vacation. I mean, everything in relation to your material resources, right? And then pair that with the 10 of Cups. This talks about emotional fulfillment. This talks about a happy home and family. This talks about love. This talks about just a happy home life. And then we have the 6 of Wands with victory here and success. And, you know, the 6 of Wands is success on a level where other people notice. You know, it's not a small win. It's public recognition. It's like people in your circle, people in your field, people around you recognize and see how well you're doing because that's how successful you are, right? Traditionally in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's someone who is on a horse walking through a crowd with really like a crown, you know, like really being celebrated, being cheered on by a crowd. And then the Strength card, this is Leo energy. This talks about confidence and endurance. And so the plot twist here, I think, is an unexpected sort of turn of events where you're having this wealth and abundance come in. You're having this wealth and abundance come in, but it's not just that. I think for some of you, you have this mentality where you think it's like one or the other. You know, like you have to sacrifice sort of like your social relationships or your love life, or, you know, you can't have children or anything like that until you get to a certain level in your career, or you think that, you know, if you invest in your love life, then you're gonna fall behind on your material goals. You know, you think it's one or the other, or you think that you can marry for like practical reasons even. This is a more specific message, but for some of you, maybe you think that you can marry for practical reasons, but you can't have love and passion too. Like you have to choose. You know, you either have to choose between someone who has a good future ahead of them, you know, a stable job and all that, or you can have love and romance and excitement, but you can't have both. You know, so there's just this feeling almost with the 7 of Cups being your bottom of the deck, like in the past there was so much uncertainty and you were so afraid of making the wrong choices. And again, like you felt like it was a choice, like it's one or the other. You can't have it everything. You can't have it all. And I feel like for you, Group 1, having it all means the success, the recognition, the love, the happy home, happy family, and even if you don't want children, just a happy home life in general, emotional fulfillment, and material success. Like that to you is winning. That would be your ideal life, to have all of those things. And I think is going to surprise you, that you don't actually have to choose, that you don't have to have one thing only to lose another thing. Like it's not going to be this sacrifice. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything negative yet. Like I'm not seeing anything remotely bad yet about this plot twist. I do want to get some more information about this though. Let's actually use the Moonology deck next. Let's do this. Yeah, I mean, and I think maybe it's also the timing of this that makes it a plot twist, because it does feel like this is going to come a lot sooner than you're expecting. I will say that. Oh my gosh. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. I mean, Libra is the planet of love and beauty and aesthetics. Not Libra the planet, but Libra is associated with Venus, sorry. And then a win-win. I mean, Libra is the scales, right? So maybe you thought if you invested, again, like so much into your career or your professional life, that was going to tip the scales and things were going to be out of balance and your love life or your home life was going to suffer. And it's a win-win. I almost wonder if for some of you, this is going to be you getting into a romantic partnership with someone who really pulls their weight and someone who contributes, because if you have that, then it doesn't become so much of a struggle, right? Like if you have a partner who is a real teammate and not someone who just drains you or uses you for money or expects you to be like a maid or, you know, wait on them hand and foot, that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm tripping up on my words more today, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I feel like a equal partnership here where you have a team, you feel like you have a partner, you feel like you have a teammate, then you can invest more in your career. You can, you know, invest in your professional life and know that things at home aren't going to fall apart, you know, that sort of thing. And even just having someone who's genuinely happy for you and supportive of you. And for some of you too, like you may already be in a relationship with someone, and this is talking about you two coming to a place of understanding and you two working better together to make your dreams come true. Because there's a lot here about wish fulfillment. I mean, everyone's happy with this setup, with this dynamic of what's going on. Yeah. With the Ten of Cups here, I mean, for those of you who are single, I do feel like an element to this is love, like you getting into a relationship where it's going to be long-term, because there's a real energy here of your home life getting better. So I think it would be serious enough to where you would eventually live with this person. Okay. Let's use this deck here. It's one of my favorites. I got it from Etsy. I think it's called the You Are Here deck. Where will you be in life once this plot twist occurs? Oh my gosh. Rainbow Road. You are on the right path. Higher self alignment and authenticity. Okay, it doesn't get any more positive than the Rainbow Road card. I mean, I think Peachy Paradise is another card in that deck. I would argue it's either Rainbow Road or Peachy Paradise that are like the best cards you could get. And there are some rough cards in this deck, make no mistakes. This is a really great card to get. And it always reminds me of the Mario Kart. If you guys have ever played Mario Kart Rainbow Road, it's like one of the most difficult tracks, right, to navigate. And just this idea of you doing it easily. And I think after this plot twist occurs, you're gonna find that you're so much more confident, and it's like it's not that your skill level is changing with the Strength card here, but it's just believing in yourself enough to try and enough to, like, you were always competent, you were always capable, but it's like you were the last to see it, you were the last to recognize it. And I think that's why this plot twist is a plot twist. It's like other people may not be surprised by this turn of events. Other people may be like, well, of course, we always believed in you. We always knew you were going to be a success story. We always knew that. But for you all, I feel like you were the last to know. You were the last to believe in yourself. But once you do start to have that sense of self-confidence about yourself and understand your full potential here with that Six of Wands, it's like the world is your oyster. Like, where else can I go from here? And so that's the alignment with your higher self then. And I think also with this Seven of Cups, there could be a decision that you're going to make that at the time may not feel so consequential, or it may be a big choice and you realize that, but you don't expect sort of the domino effect that it's going to have in your life. It's like one decision changes everything. And I did a silent reading just this week that was talking about, I think it was group 1, where they had a choice to make. So you may be coming from that group. If not, no worries. But I just wanted to mention it because it did come up. There was something else too with this. Oh, I remember now. Sorry, so many messages coming through for you all. With the Rainbow Road card, it's also reminding me, you know, the Ten of Cups typically has a rainbow on it. So I feel like this is echoing the Ten of Cups. Like, we're serious about this. Like, you are going to have that emotional fulfillment. Like, you are going to have that happy love life, that happy home life that you've always craved. Like, it is going to come into fruition. I think for some of you, you're really doubting that. You're really doubting whether that can happen for you. Because again, like you don't think you can have it all, you know? And, you know, I think it's important to remember too, like, your idea of having it all, your idea of having sort of like this dream life isn't necessarily what other people would say is perfect, or, you know what I mean? So this is something specific to you. And just because in your mind's eye this seems so amazing and so unachievable, to other people it may not be like that. It may be like, well, of course, everyone should have a job that they like, or a job where they're fairly compensated and a happy home life, or a happy marriage, or a happy family. Like, of course, like some people have those things and they take it for granted. And so, you know, for you to feel, and not all of you feel this way, but if you do feel that way, if you do feel like, oh, this all sounds like too good to be true, I don't think I can have a happy, you know, home life and a happy love life, professional life, I don't think I can have all of that. And that's not to say it'll be perfect all the time, but I just feel like that sounds like it's too good to be true. That just tells me you've had a difficult life. You know, you've had a difficult time. And you may have had a lot of instability in your childhood, and that led to that belief, but this is possible, you know. And I think also it's important for you to understand that you deserve it. You deserve it. Let's get some more information about this. I'm not going to ask any specific question with this deck. We'll just see what comes out. Group 1. Plot twist. We have thorns. Weave together the crown that you deserve. Oh my goodness. Okay. We were just talking about you deserve it, right? I was just saying that. And also, if you remember me talking about the Six of Wands and the little crown here of, I believe it's pronounced laurel leaves. Weaving the crown you deserve. I mean, all the messages here are really flowing together so nicely. And remember how I said, it doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be right for you, your right path with the Rainbow Road card. And so it's the crown that you deserve. Even though it is a bouquet of roses, those roses will still have thorns, right? Every path has its challenges, right? But when it's the right path for you, it's the path that is worth fighting for. And so, yeah, I really do feel like there's going to be a sense of your life coming together. And I think that if things have been uncertain, if things have been unstable, if things have been feeling like dark and hopeless, of course this is going to feel like a plot twist, especially if it happens very quickly or faster than you were anticipating, and especially if a part of you deep down doesn't think it's possible, or you feel like you don't deserve it or you're not worthy of it. Some of you may have a little bit of sort of an imposter syndrome, or you may have this, and I have this myself personally. You know, if you have a really unstable childhood and then you're in this sort of like warm family dynamic where everyone gets along and there's not a lot of like toxic behaviors, and when you're welcomed into that, especially if you know that's your romantic partner's extended family, you can kind of feel like an outsider or like an imposter, or like I don't belong here or I don't fit in. And so for some of you, like this 10 of Cups could be referring to you getting into a romantic partnership with someone and their extended family welcoming you into sort of that group, and you kind of struggling with that and feeling like an outsider or you don't quite fit in, even though they're being really warm and inviting and sort of welcoming you into that inner circle, so to speak. So, you know, it's a general reading. This can play out in different ways. I'm just throwing out examples here that are coming to mind. And if they're coming to mind, it's because for some of you it will resonate. Okay, let's get some more messages here. Group 1, can you elaborate on this plot twist, please, Spirit? Group 1. I think I need to shuffle this deck a couple of times. We've got trust. I am safe, I am secure, and love I trust, my faith endures. Yeah, I mean, some of you have really just had a difficult, challenging life, or you've been in a rough cycle for some time. We also have joy. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. And your bottom of the deck is romance. Romance, it is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. So I also like how these are all primary colors. There's just this is going to be a big plot twist, okay? It's not a little one. This is going to be a life-changing occurrence, and for you, I'm seeing this play out like a domino effect. You know, like one decision sort of has this like butterfly effect or this ripple effect in your life. And so even if it was a big choice, maybe it only dealt with one area of your life, but then everything changes as a result, and that is surprising to you. You weren't expecting it. And, you know, with this trust card, I feel like it's echoing that idea of you almost feeling like this is too good to be true, like I can't trust this. You know, you may have a tendency, like you want to be optimistic, but every time you've been hopeful in the past, maybe it's come around to bite you. And so maybe you tend towards pessimism a little bit, like, things are good right now, but how long is this gonna last? Or, you know, that imposter syndrome causing you not to trust yourself. And so, you know, I think that's just something that you're gonna have to work through as this all unfolds. With this romance card, this is definitely echoing that 10 of Cups, so your love life is definitely involved in this plot twist. And with joy here, I feel like you guys haven't felt true joy in a minute, you know? And I think it's because there's a part of you that's always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So maybe for those of you not familiar with that expression, like just this fear of things are too good to be true, when are they gonna get bad again? You know, like this isn't how life is gonna be for me, I can't trust this, you know. It's almost like you're suspicious when good things happen rather than joyful. And so for your perspective to shift on that, for you to be in more of a happy-go-lucky Leo kind of energy with strength here, and the Six of Wands, more fire sign energy. Yeah, I mean, your whole mood is shifting. Your disposition is getting a lot lighter, a lot sweeter, a lot more playful. You're going to be laughing more, enjoying yourself, letting your guard down. Some of you haven't relaxed in a minute. You know, like there's always something in the back of your mind, like you can't settle down. You just feel anxious. You just feel like a million thoughts, you know, racing through your head about everything that you have to do or everything that's not right, or, you know, just feeling overwhelmed and questioning your decisions. And to finally relax and just settle into your own life, settle into your own path, I think is going to feel really, really nice. Okay. We're going to get just some little words of advice from Spirit, and then we'll roll your astro die, and then that we'll astro dice, because we'll use both today. And then we'll end your reading. And I will say as well, I mean, your messages have been clear as day. I mean, there's been no ambiguity about it, so I'm saying that because I feel like, again, some of you just don't trust. You just don't trust. And I get it. I mean, it's hard. It's tough. It can be scary to be hopeful. We have, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. I mean, right here, right, with the trust card. Have faith. I mean, if you're worried and you're anxious, you're only punishing yourself, right? And it's like, and it's sort of also just paying for something that hasn't even come to pass yet. You know, like punishing yourself and causing yourself distress over something that hasn't even materialized yet. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. I like how this is coming out over the romance card here. I feel like this is Spirit saying, with this particular relationship that we're talking about, this romantic partnership we were discussing, whether it's your current partner or if you're single, someone that you're going to meet in the future, this is someone that will be so attracted to you and so in love with you just for you being yourself. And you're not going to have to, you know, worry too much if this person catches you on a bad day. You're not going to have to wear a mask with this person or pretend to be something that you're not, or adopt. Sometimes in like romantic relationships, my stepsister was like this, and you honestly see it actually with like Kourtney Kardashian, like how much her style changed now that she's with that guy from Blink-182. Like sometimes in relationships, people can change their style to reflect their partner's style, or they start changing the music that they're listening to, or they change their hobbies and they adopt their partner's interests. And, you know, that's okay. Like, of course, you're going to be influenced by the person that you're with, but there's doing that a little bit, like subconsciously, and then there's doing it by choice because you feel like you need to win their approval. That's when it becomes unhealthy, right? Like there's a line there. You don't have to worry about that. That's not going to be an issue. This person's going to love and accept you just for the way that you are, and you're not going to feel like you need to change yourself. Okay, you got 2 cards. It says, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself I am love and miracles are natural. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So this plot twist is going to be a miracle. And some of you may not believe in miracles, and some of you may believe in miracles, but you don't know if it's really going to be something that ever happens for you. And this is like Spirit reassuring you that good things can happen, but more importantly, good things can happen to you. Because I think for some of you, it's that it's more personalized, you know? It's not that you don't believe that good things can happen, you just believe good things can't happen to you. And that's because of your past, right? And we have, I am the dreamer of my dream. A lot of this is coming to pass because you have visualized this, or you have daydreamed about this, or you have carried this desire in your heart, right? And so it's coming to pass for a reason here. It's because a lot of this is deep down what you have always been craving, what you have always been yearning for. So if you've never had that happy home life, happy family life, happy love life, if you've never had a job where you were both passionate about your work and you are well compensated, it can feel like that's impossible, right? But you're calling this in. This is being given to you by the universe because, you know, there is, how do I put it? It's almost like the universe is extending goodwill towards you. Like the universe wants to show you that it's not here to like punish you. Like the influence of your spiritual team in your life isn't meant to just punish you and teach you hard lessons. Like that's not their goal, right? Like, yes, they want you to grow, and sometimes that is through difficult circumstances and challenges, but that's not all that life is, okay? It's not just one big, huge, never-ending, like karmic debt that you have to pay off. Okay. All right, so let's end with your astro die here, or astro dice. Okay. Group 1, what do we need to know about this plot twist, please, Spirit? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Okay, we have Sagittarius and the second house. Second house is associated with Taurus. So the second house talks all about your material resources. That 9 of Pentacles, your very first card, this is confirming that 100%. So part of this plot twist is going to be that your finances improve, your abundance, stability, access to resources improves. And honestly, like, just think of it as your lifestyle improving, okay? And with Sagittarius here, this can talk about travel. This can talk about gaining more wisdom. And I think also here with Sagittarius, because you had that card about living your authentic truth, right? Sagittarius is like the truth teller, okay? Like out of all of the zodiac signs, I really feel like Sagittarius is always so blunt and so honest and open. And it's because Sagittarius is also the card of the teacher. And so you're going to be, I think part of this is that you're receiving these blessings because you're meant to share that wisdom with others and help others, especially if you are resonating with those messages about, you know, like having a difficult time in your past. And so, you know, your story could end up being someone else's survival guide, right? And Sagittarius here as well, becoming more confident. And even if you think about Sagittarius being associated with Jupiter, right? And the planet of expansion and abundance. And so you're going to feel like one of the lucky ones. And group 1, you have not felt lucky in a long time, if ever. And so this plot twist is going to make you feel so lucky, so blessed, and yeah, just so confident. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not already, but this could also talk about, if we combine these two here, this could also talk about you taking a vacation, a nice vacation, a much needed vacation. Okay, so those are all the messages for you, Group 1. I hope this reading resonated, and I will see you in my next one. Please take care. new, welcome to your reading. I'll go ahead and say a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. We're going to take all uprights today unless I feel especially called to take a reversal. But let's see. Group 2, plot twist. Next plot twist in your life, Group 2. Group 1 was surprisingly positive, so hopefully you will continue that. We've got the 7 of Swords. Okay, maybe not. Let's find out. We've got the Death card here. We've got the Ace of Swords. Okay, so there's some truth coming to light here. 3 of Pentacles. I'm just taking this Knight of Pentacles. I do feel called to get maybe 2 more cards. 2 of Cups. I'll just take your bottom of the deck. 5 of Cups. Okay. All right, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. Group 2. 7 of Swords, Death, Ace of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and your bottom of the deck is the 5 of Cups. Okay, so there's a truth coming to light here. There has been some way in which you have been deceived, where someone hasn't been quite honest with you about something. You're seeing the truth of either a person or a situation. So either someone hasn't been honest with you, they have betrayed you in some way, betrayed your trust, or something that you thought was going to go one way. So you expected something of a certain situation, and then you found out you were very, very wrong. Okay, an example of this would be you starting a new job and thinking it was going to be so great, a wonderful fit, and then the more time you spend at that job, you realize how wrong your first impressions were and how wrong your assumptions were, right? You know that sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach when something isn't working out the way that you thought it would? I don't know about you, but I've definitely been there with a job before. And so, yeah, it could be something like that. That's obviously just an example here, but don't worry, okay? There is another side to this. I will say with the 2 of Cups coming out, this could be a romantic relationship or just someone that was very close to you. And, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles too, especially with it coming out next to the 3 of Pentacles, this could be talking about either a job situation, or it could be referring to someone trying to use you financially, or someone trying to almost like belittle you. So maybe you were trying to do something to make more money, or you were trying to get a promotion, or you were trying to find a new job, or you have a side hustle that brings you an extra income, something like that. This could be referring to someone that you trusted, someone that you shared your dreams with, you know, your hopes with, and instead they talked behind your back and were like, oh, Group 2 is never going to get that promotion, or Group 2 is never going to be successful with their Etsy store, you know, like that's obviously an example, but you know, it could be something like that where it kind of breaks your heart and makes you reevaluate the relationship, and even changes sort of your trust in others and like what you share. And it may get to a point to where you're like, you know, in the future, I'm going to keep my dreams quiet. I'm going to keep my goals quiet because I don't want people gossiping about me and judging me and putting me down. So it may be that kind of situation. With the 5 of Cups, I mean, there's a disappointment here. There is. And there's just this grief of, I thought things were going to turn out differently. I thought this person was going to be different. I thought this job was going to be different. I thought this situation was going to turn out differently. And it's not. You know, someone is letting you down here. Someone has led you astray. You see here how there's like this little pentacle on a string and this horse is sort of being led here, and this person is blindfolded. It's like you were sold some sort of dream, some sort of promise, and someone has let you down. You know, they have intentionally misled you. And it could be that someone is feeling competitive with you with this Ace of Swords, like these hands trying to grab the sword, right? And I also think of it as someone, again, just withholding the truth from you. And it could be as well like someone choosing money over you. With the Death card here, though, this is going to be something that you learn from. This is going to be a situation where you grow, where you transform. It is a situation that, whether it's talking about your career or a romantic relationship or a friendship, even a family member, this is going to be something that changes you, but it's going to change you for the better. You're going to be wiser from this, and you are going to heal from this, and you are going to come out on the other side of it. And I'm not going to leave you hanging. We're going to get more messages here, okay? Because I know that this is rough. Like, nothing of what I said, I mean, this is just night and day compared to group 1. So yeah, I mean, some of you, I don't even know how many of you are still watching this. Some of you may have clicked off and said, you know what, I don't want to know. We're going to get more information. Let's actually get more tarot here, because I want to know after the Death card, right? After you transform from this situation, who are you on the other side of it, and what have you gained from this plot twist? What have you gained from this loss, this disappointment, this betrayal? Okay. We've got the Queen of Wands. This is a more kind of revealing card, so I'm going to cover her up to keep YouTube happy. I think she's covered. Okay. And then we have the King of Wands. Oh wow, and the Six of Swords. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I hope most of you are still watching, because this is really, really beautiful. Okay, especially if this is talking about a romantic situation. With the Six of Swords, you are getting help. You are getting help out of this situation. Someone is going to be either just an emotional support to you. Someone could help you out financially if this is talking about a financial situation. Someone is giving you assistance. Someone is helping you rescue yourself out of this situation. And this is going to be someone who is an equal partner to you. So regardless of whether you're the queen or the king here, you are going to be with your divine counterpart. Your divine counterpart is going to help you out of this. So it's going to be someone who is your equal match, someone who is actually going to be good for you, someone who is going to be deserving of you. And, you know, this could be something that starts off as a friendship and develops into a romantic partnership. This could also just be talking about a soul family member who's going to come in and help you. But from this as well, like before this situation, you may have been at a knight or a page level, and now you're going to be at the level of a queen or king. So you are evolving from this situation. And both the Queen and the King of Wands are people who are brave, people who are advocates for themselves, people who are confident, people who are very optimistic and self-assured. And it's telling me as well that even if this was like a really deep personal betrayal, it's not going to steal your ability to be social and your ability to be open to others and to be compassionate and to be someone who's really just like a force of life, because that's what I associate with the Queen and the King of Wands. Like, these are people who are just a force of life, people who have a lot of willpower and a lot of passion, and people who are vibrant and loving and open and adventurous. And so it's not going to steal your spark, okay? The situation is going to make you stronger. It's not going to debilitate you. And you are going to have at least one person that you can trust who is going to be there for you, whether it's romantic or platonic. For many of you, I think it would probably end up being romantic, but regardless, you are going to have a soul family member who is going to help you. I'm not saying they're going to save you, but they're going to help you. And with the Star card being your bottom of the deck here, it's going to be a wish come true, because the Six of Swords talks about getting out of a sticky situation, going from really rough waters to calmer seas, right? Leaving behind a really tough and difficult situation and being in a place of peace and contentment and safety and security. Okay, let's get some more information here. What does Group 2 need to know about all this? Please, Spirit. We have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So you will have to have a higher perspective on this. And we also have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Honestly, for a lot of you, this kind of feels like leaving a karmic connection where you were really betrayed and lied to and misled, and seeing that that was meant to teach you something, and learning from that, healing from that, and then from sort of the ashes of that relationship, a new relationship comes in with your divine counterpart, and that's that new romantic cycle beginning. And then even your bottom of the deck here says a new start is coming, a new moon. So you are going to have a fresh start from this. I mean, with the Death card, it's an ending. And all endings bring what? New beginnings, right? And with Sagittarius, I mean, luck is going to be on your side. Things are going to be expanding. And if something doesn't work out, it's just because something better is planned for you. So I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's, you know, maybe you were hoping to go to a certain university and you didn't get in. If a door closes on you, you know, if you get a no from the universe, you know, if someone ends up being a cheater and a liar, if someone ends up being deceptive, it's because there's something better. It's not because there's something wrong with you or you're unlovable or you know, this is your karma. You know, it's not like that. It's just there's something better meant for you. We have Melancholy Hill, honor your feelings, emotional release, deep emotion and sadness. We'll get one more card. Where are you going to be on the other side of this? Aw, I love this. We have childhood home, tap into your inner child, childhood memories, play, and youthful energy. Your bottom of the deck is my least favorite card in this deck, but it's perfect for your reading. We have puppet show stage, acts can't go on forever, manipulation, falseness, and control. Okay, this is where you were. Okay, so before this plot twist happened, this is where you were, right? You were being manipulated. Someone was trying to control you. There was a falseness to it, right? Like what you thought was good was actually rotten. You were being led astray. Your assumptions were wrong. Your first impressions were wrong about a situation or a person. Something or someone ended up being deceitful, ended up not being what they portrayed themselves to be, right? This is where you were. And then when you're going through it, going through that plot twist, when the mask falls, when the truth is revealed of either a situation or a person, then yeah, like you're gonna feel that melancholy, you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna have to grieve and go through that death card, go through that process of healing. But what is on the other side of it is so beautiful, right? You're not, remember when I said like you're not gonna lose your spark? you're not going to lose your innocence in this, right? You're still going to hold on to that belief in goodness and that belief in love and that belief in your dreams and that things can work out and that things can be good. You're not going to have your sense of hope stolen from you. You're going to retain that. Let's get some more clarity on this. I'm going to shuffle this deck a couple of times. And it really does feel like for a lot of you, someone was trying to control you. So it could have been a boss who made you feel like you should be lucky to have this job, even though you could do so much better and you were being overworked and burnt out, right? You were being maybe promised a promotion or a raise, even though they had no intention of actually giving that to you and they were just trying to overwork you. You know, or this could be a partner who was like emotionally abusive or cheating on you, trying to gaslight you. We have abundance, goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. Aw, and we have confidence. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. And your bottom of the deck is also significant. We have wisdom. On a Wednesday with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. So for some of you, I mean, this truth could be revealed on a Wednesday, on a waxing moon. But no, seriously here, with wisdom, you are going to be up-leveling as a result of this plot twist, right? So going from a knight to a queen or a king is a big evolution, and with you coming into that wands energy, that fiery energy, that is confidence, right? Any court card character, I guess, is going to be confident. Even the Page of Wands is confident, even though they have no good reason to be confident because they're a page. But it's like a fake it till you make it thing. And when you get to the Queen or King level, you have made it. So you are going to feel so much more confident, I feel like, in your own intuition and your own judgment and your own abilities. Like you're out of someone else's control, right? Like you're not being manipulated anymore. And I mean, I went through I'm sharing probably a little bit too much here, but when I moved out of my mother and stepfather's home, let me tell you, like, just getting out from under that roof and living on my own and not being under that influence anymore, that could be emotionally toxic and draining and manipulative, and just being in my own space and in my own energy and not being influenced by that, man, did my confidence just shoot up just by not being in that energy anymore, not being under that influence anymore. And I think you all are going to go through that as well, like just not being in that work environment or not being in that romantic relationship or being away from a certain person in your life or a group of people in your life and not feeling that manipulation anymore. I mean, you're just going to feel so much more confident, because really that manipulation was meant to keep you down, right? To kind of keep you in your place, to keep you at a lower level, right? For different reasons, because it depends upon your situation, but it was meant to keep you down, meant to keep you down a few pegs. And a lot of times, I mean, this comes about when people don't want you to see that you can do better, that you can achieve more, that you do actually have potential, right? Because for whatever reason, they feel threatened. And then with this abundance card, like, things are going to get really good for you. And I feel like, you know, whatever the struggle is, that's where the abundance is going to come in. So wherever you're lacking, when that truth is revealed and you have kind of the rug pulled out from under you, that's the same exact area where you're gonna have that abundance come in, okay? So rest easy, I hope, knowing that. Group 2, what else does my group 2 need to know? Group 2. We have library. Take control of your own narrative. Okay, you can't make this up, and this is why I like to shuffle on camera. Because look here, she's being controlled by these strings, right? What's happening here? She's being controlled by strings. There's someone or a group of people who are manipulating you. And you're cutting those strings and you're saying, I'm in charge of my story. And Wands energy is very creative, right? So like you're taking ownership, you're taking sort of the pen away, and you are writing your own story. You are the author here, not just the main character, but also the author of your own story. And so, you know, you're not going to fall for this anymore. And with library, I mean, you're getting wiser, right? Like you've learned from this. Oh my gosh, we have sword, make the change. I mean, look, I mean, just the repeating imagery in the cards alone is really, really cool. But it's like someone was trying to take away your power. Someone was trying to deny the truth of a situation, or even it's multiple people. Someone was trying to deny the truth of a situation, but like you're taking your power back by saying, this is the truth. I've seen it now, and it's been revealed to me, and I'm not going to fall for this anymore. I'm not going to let you gaslight me, manipulate me, tell me that I'm lesser than, and I'm taking back control, and I'm taking back my power. And so like you see here, she's like using the sword to cut her hair. Like, you're not being controlled anymore. Whatever you want to do with your life, even if you had a manipulative partner who told you to dress a certain way or to act a certain way, no, like you're living your truth now. You're making choices that benefit you, and you're not worried or concerned anymore having that voice in the back of your head telling you from that person or that group of people that you're not good enough, that if you try, you're going to fail, that you don't deserve anything more, that you're not good enough, that you're unlovable, that you're not capable. Like all of that is melting away here because you're taking back your power. And even the bottom of the deck here is flower, be honest with yourself. I mean, some of you already maybe suspect this. Others of you may be completely blindsided by this. It kind of just depends, right? But with the 5 of Cups coming out in your tarot, sometimes that talks about us fooling ourselves, right? Like putting on rose-colored glasses and kind of turning a blind eye to our intuition that's trying to tell us, hey, we think this apple is actually rotten on the inside. Something or someone is not as they seem or as they are trying to make themselves appear. With red coming through, this always makes me think of Taylor Swift's Red album, but anyway. With this forgive card, like you are going to be totally free from this situation though. Like you're not going to be tied to it because of anger or resentment. Like, yeah, you're going to have that melancholy hill card, right? Like you are going to feel sad. You are going to have your grieving process, but you aren't going to be like forever bitter about this. You are going to be able to move on. It may not happen as quickly as you want it to happen, but you are going to be able to move on. And I think it's because of that divine counterpart, that soul mate or soul family connection that we were picking up on, that's really going to help you through that process. Okay, we're going to get some advice cards from Spirit, some words of wisdom, and then we'll roll your Astro dice, and then that will end your reading. You know, I was worried in the beginning. I mean, it was rough. I mean, it was a doozy. I've been there myself. I think we all have on some level. But I really like the way it has unfolded, and I hope this reading is bringing you some comfort, especially if you can remember it when this all comes to pass. I think the most messed up part of someone gaslighting you or lying to you or trying to manipulate you is that, like, not only do they not care, not only do they not care and have the audacity to hurt you in the first place and just to be cruel and mean-spirited, right? But it's like, not only do you do all of this to me, not only do you betray me, but you lie about it and you make me feel crazy and you make me feel bad and you take advantage of my trust. And it's like, you know, if you're gonna do something bad to me, at least own up to it and just say it. Like, even if you're not gonna apologize, at least acknowledge it. And I think that's part of what is so hurtful about this for some of you, especially if we're talking about a loved one who is doing this to you, whether it's romantic, family member, or platonic. It just hurts, right? We have, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. This is going to be a difficult phase. I mean, it is, but it's not going to last, right? We have, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract more support from the universe. I think part of you might go through a period where you feel angry or upset with the universe that this has happened. Like, why did this person come into my life? Why did this situation have to happen? Why did I have to say yes to this job? Like, universe, couldn't you have sent me a sign about this? And I feel like here's the thing, maybe you were getting signs, you were getting those intuitive nudges, but you were just ignoring it because that was easier, or you were telling yourself that you were just being suspicious or paranoid and kind of rationalizing it away. You know, and I think part of the important message here is that the universe is always supporting you. The universe always has your back. And don't blame yourself. Also, don't internalize any blame or guilt here, because you were just doing the best that you could. And, you know, you should be able to trust that someone's being honest with you, and don't let anyone trick you into thinking this is your fault just because you trusted the wrong person, right? I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I think during this time, prayer, meditation, self-care is going to be really, really important. And we have, I choose love no matter what. Yeah, I mean, through all of this, you're still going to retain your spark. You're still going to retain your belief in love and hope and good people. And you are going to be able to trust that soul family member or that soulmate when they come in, that divine counterpart. You are going to be able to trust them and move on and overcome this entire situation, okay? So let's see, final thoughts for my group twos. This plot twist, what do they need to know, please, Spirit? Okay, I'm gonna move these around for you. So we have Scorpio, which is pretty relevant, right, with the death card in your tarot. And we also have the 11th house of Aquarius. Okay, for some of you, this could be talking about a friendship, a friend betraying your trust, a friendship going sour. This could also be talking about a romantic partnership where you are also friends. And especially with Scorpio being here, this could be someone that you were intimately involved with, and so that could be why it cuts even deeper, because it's like, not only were you my romantic partner, but you were also supposed to be my friend. And so it could be talking about that. Honestly, here with Scorpio and the 11th house, I also feel like this is echoing the idea that through this entire situation, you are going to be calling in and aligning with your soul family. Like, that's the biggest transformation through all of this, is that you're going to end up in a position where you have good people around you, people that you can trust. So if it was a toxic work environment, if it was, you know, your social circle in general, where it was just really unhealthy and people were manipulating you and gossiping about you and just really didn't want the best for you, you can rest easy in knowing that, you know, it's not always going to be like that. And when you heal and move on from this situation, you are going to be aligning here with your soulmate. Or your soul family. I should also say, and this is a more specific message, but for some of you, and this could also involve social media, something happening online, like maybe the truth is revealed because you see something on someone's Instagram or Facebook, you know, you see something on someone's computer that's not supposed to be there. So for some of you, if this is talking about cheating or infidelity, it could be that you find out through some sort of app or something on their phone, or, you know, something on their computer that shouldn't be there. Okay. I also just saw the orange stray kitty cat that I look after and feed outside. Anytime they show up in a reading, that's a sign of good luck. So I feel like you need it, group 2. I feel like you need it. All right. Thank you if you made it to the end. I know it was a rough one. I hope that this reading ends up being helpful to you. I know it probably wasn't a fun one, but I hope it was helpful. All right, take care, group 2. I'm wishing you the very best, and hopefully I see you in my next one. Welcome to your reading. So let's get started. I'm going to take all uprights today unless I feel especially called to take any reversals. And a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Group 3. Let's find out next plot twist in your life. Group 1 and Group 2 were like wildly different from each other, so I really don't know what to expect from your reading, but let's get into it. Group 3, next plot twist in your life. What do we need to know, please, Spirit? Group 3. Okay, we have the Strength card to start us off. I think Group 1 also had the Strength card. We have the Devil. We have the Hermit. We have the Two of Pentacles. I'm actually feeling called to take this card here, the Emperor. Too many cards. Just looking for one more. And then we'll take your bottom of the deck as well. Two of Wands. Oh wow, and your bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, to get this in a plot twist reading, yeah, like, Okay, okay. So a lot going on in your reading here. So with the Wheel of Fortune, this is definitely a pretty big plot twist. This is going to be something completely out of the blue, completely unexpected. You weren't expecting it. And it's going to be, there's an element here of like serendipity, divine intervention, a little sprinkle of magic, right? Like when you tell this story, people are like, wait, what happened? Can you take me through that again? What? So anyway, let's get into it. There's something that I feel like you have been back and forth on. With the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles here, you could have been planning for something or been a little bit wishy-washy about something. And with the Strength and the Devil card here, it's really funny. Let me actually see if you can see all these cards. Maybe I need to move them up a tad. Okay, that's better. Okay. You know how in like old school cartoons, there will be a devil on one shoulder and an angel on another? That's what this is reminding me of. Like with the Strength card here, the angel halo, and then the devil here. And I didn't use this deck for the other two groups, so the fact that the Strength card looks like this on this particular card, typically there's the infinity symbol, there's not an angel halo, so that's really significant. So it's like you were really indecisive about something, and like a part of you was saying go for it, and with the Devil card energy, it was like, are you sure? Are you good enough? Can you really do that? What if this happens? What if that happens? And so you were feeling really stuck, right? But with the Hermit card and with the Emperor card, it's like once you take that decisive action and you choose to go for it, it's like the wheel is set in motion. So like when you make that decision, it's like the wheel starts turning and something really unexpected happens based upon that decision, okay? Now, I don't know how far into your future this plot twist is. So if you're not contemplating something now, this is probably a little bit further into your future, right? Like if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're like, I haven't been planning for anything, I haven't been indecisive about anything, this is a bit further into your future then, okay? But I want to see what happens once you make this decision to go for it. What happens? Group 3. We need more clarity on this plot twist. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So it's something in relation here to your career, your financial abundance, your stability, your security. So maybe, oh, and the Moon. I thought so because your cards were pretty slow to come out. And when that happens, usually there is a part of the story that Spirit like wants to hold back from you. Like they don't want to tell you the whole deal yet. And I'm not surprised with that with the Wheel of Fortune, but it's something in relation to your career, something in relation to what you do to make money, for sure. And it could also be talking about where you live. So if you have been contemplating traveling or moving, that could also be something. And part of this too, like, this decision involves a certain level of risk, otherwise you wouldn't be so indecisive about it, right? And it's like being torn between what your heart wants versus what you think is practical, right? And so with the Wheel of Fortune, I always say fortune favors the brave. So like you are meant to take a bit of a risk here. You are meant to take a leap of faith. And the bigger that leap of faith, the bigger the reward, I'm hearing, with this Ace of Pentacles. And with the Emperor card coming through, this could be talking about starting your own business. But like I said, for some of you, this could also involve moving your home. We've got Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, it's like you are like divinely owed this. Like there's something about this where it's like you deserve this opportunity. You deserve to take this chance. You deserve to go after this goal, this dream that you have. And it's like the more effort you put in, the more your efforts will be rewarded. So like you will be compensated based upon the effort that you put into this. So if you put your whole heart into it, you will get equal the amount of material and financial abundance back, right? And the High Priestess, your bottom of the deck, like you're meant to trust your intuition. You know, you're meant to follow your heart on this with the Strength card as well. And it doesn't have to make logical sense to other people. No one else has to understand this. It's just a matter of you tuning out any outside chatter. And even like your own mind, I feel like, is trying to talk you out of this, and just going with your heart, going with your gut, going with what feels right intuitively. Let's see. Because I think even when you make the decision to go for it, that devil energy is still present, and you still maybe second guess yourself, and it's like you're terrified, but you're still doing it, but you don't really expect it to work out. It's like even when you make that decision, you're still afraid. The answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon, and surrender to the divine. I mean, we were just talking about this, right? With the High Priestess and the Hermit card and the Strength card. Like, I mean, even your bottom of the deck. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Like, you're going to be terrified out of your mind, but you're being told to do it anyway. To go for it anyway. To don't let your fear hold you back. Don't let that devil card energy hold you back. I feel like the devil here is talking about your self-limiting beliefs, right? And the devil card is Capricorn, so it's also, I mean, the 10th house, your career, your status, right? Like, this is 100% about your career. Yeah, and the answers you need are coming. I feel like Spirit is going to send you some signs about this to try to help you along, but I do feel like even when you make that decision, you're still going to be scared. And I almost feel like the divine is saying, you can be scared, but still trust us, still have faith, still do it anyway. Because we are 100% like testing your faith here, like you are being tested. So are you going to give yourself like wings with the Strength card? Like, are you going to listen to sort of the angel on your shoulder and give yourself wings and the freedom to go for this? Or are you going to go for your halo? Or are you going to listen to the devil on your shoulder, right? We have puppet show stage, acts can't go on forever, manipulation, falseness, and control. That's the devil card. Like, that's trying to keep you chained to where you are. The devil card typically is depicted, right, with a chain around the person's neck, but it's like the chain is loose enough to where they could take it off if they wanted to. Like, so you're like willingly chaining yourself to your fear here. So like, don't let your anxiety manipulate you into staying where you're unhappy and dissatisfied. Yeah, like your ego is trying to protect you here, but it's actually keeping you stuck and stagnant. So don't let your fears get the best of you with this. We have Life Laundromat. Choose your own destiny, choices, destiny, and consequences. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune talks about fate as well, right? So like, you were meant for this. This dream, this goal that you have, you were meant for this. And it's something, again, in relation to like your career and your soul's purpose. And even where you live, because for some of you, it's less about career and maybe more about travel and location and where you live rather than what you do, but just take what resonates, okay? But yeah, I mean, I almost feel like if you continue to not make this decision, if you continue to rest on this, and again, for some of you, this may be a future thing that I'm referring to. I don't know where you're at in this timeline, but if you continue to just be in this sort of limbo energy, I feel like the divine is going to keep pushing. Like, I feel like they are going to keep intervening and interfering until you step up and you take that emperor energy and you make those decisions that you need to make and you go for it. Like, they're going to keep testing you until you feel brave enough to just go for it. And they wouldn't be doing that if you didn't have so much potential, if there wasn't so much good that was going to come from this, right? It's almost like, I don't know if any of you had this, but you know how sometimes a teacher is like really strict on the smartest kid in the class or the most talented kid in the class and they push them harder? Or even how some parents have like higher expectations for one child over another, and it's because they see greater potential in them, so they push them harder. I bet this happens a lot in sports. I never played a sport, but I can imagine maybe like a coach pushing like the star athlete harder because they know that they can achieve so much. It's kind of like that. It's like you wouldn't be pushed this hard by the universe if you didn't have so much potential for success. Oh my gosh, we have psychic protection. Yeah, I mean, the divine wants you to know, like, yeah, we're asking you to take that first step, but you're not making that journey alone. Like, we are protecting you. We are assisting you. You know, you do have a safety net, even if you can't visibly see it, and we are your safety net. We're holding your hand even though you don't feel it. Yeah, like magical power is like the universe is just moving mountains for you, and I feel like you don't even see it, you don't even know it. Like the fates are weaving their web and you can't even see it, you don't even know how much they're trying to align things for you. Prosperity, I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to let go though. You have to let go of what you perceive is safe because it's a dead end. It's not going to take you where you want to go. And so if you want that prosperity, that financial abundance, that success, the money, the wealth, the status, the prestige, you have to take that first step. You have to take that leap of faith and trust that the universe is supporting you in your endeavor here. And you are good enough. You are good enough. We have feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. I mean, does she not have like king or queen energy here? Like, even with the grapes here, it's like you're going to be in this position of power, right? Where you're the boss, you're the leader, you are the one who delegates tasks to other people. Like, you are going to own your own business, or you are going to be in a leadership or management position in like your chosen career field. You're going to be at a place of high status, right? You're going to have, yes, a lot of financial abundance, but it's not like you're working yourself to death to get there. And you are going to have enough wealth to where you can not only have enough for yourself, but you can also share that wealth with others. So the people that you care about, or, you know, like charitable causes that you believe in, that sort of thing. It's like you're not going to be just scraping by. Morning, the world awaits you. I mean, yeah, like Spirit's saying, like, when are you going to wake up and step up and fulfill your destiny? Like, when are you gonna stop dreaming and make it a reality. Like, wake up. Let's make the daydream your reality. Let's make this happen. Let's step up. We have lavender. Surround yourself with love. Yeah, I mean, part of this, honestly, is getting to a place of peacefulness within your own mind, to where you're not having all of this outside influence or all of this anxiety and fear that is controlling you, you know, and keeping you where you're at. I also have to say, I mean, your bottom of the deck here was letting go, right? I showed you this. And then your bottom of the deck here is sundress, do it for you. And it's just an interesting, I don't know, like depiction here, like going from here where she's all crouched down. And this sort of imagery here where she looks like she has stood up, right? And she is opening like her heart space to the heavens. And so it's like, let go of all of this fear and anxiety and open up to the possibility and open up to our help. Like, ask us for help. Pray about this if you're so worried. Ask us for help. Ask us for strength. Ask us for courage and bravery. Ask us for help so we can help boost you up. And don't do it for us. Don't do it to make us proud, your guides, right? Do it for you, because you deserve to fulfill this role. Like, you were born for this. You were made for this. There's a reason why your soul feels called to this, right? We have, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. This is one of my favorite cards. I mean, let go, right? Trust and faith is the name of the game, right? Like, it's always like that saying, like, if you knew that you were fully supported by the universe, what would you do? If you knew that you were fully protected, what would you do? And you've gotten those messages over and over again of this love and support and protection. We have the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Don't be so focused on the outcome. Just take that first step, follow your heart with this, and take that leap of faith, right? And surrender the outcome. And we were just talking about as well, like, you finding this place of like inner peace so that you can listen to your own intuition on this, right? Because with all of that mental clutter and chatter and fear and anxiety and worry, like, how can you hear your intuition, right? Like, intuition whispers, anxiety screams, right? Like, how can you hear your intuition with all of that anxiety and fear taking up mental space? Let's get one more advice card here. We have, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Okay, I do have to read your bottom of the deck because it's very appropriate. It says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. How perfect is that for your reading? Some of you might want to, like, screenshot this if you can, if you're watching this on your phone, because I feel like these two messages especially are going to be helpful for you. Okay, I think you really need to pray on this. And, you know, maybe some of you aren't comfortable with prayer, but I think you don't have to label it as praying, but just talk out loud or talk in your head to your guides and say, I need your help. I need your support. I need clarity on this. I need you to give me strength to be brave. Just help me, or send me a sign, okay? Because they are listening and they do want to help you through this. They don't want you to feel like you're alone. All right, let's get some final messages here. Group 3, plot twist. What do we need to know? All right, we've got Sagittarius and the 11th house. Okay, so it's funny because I think group 2 got the 11th house and I think group 1 got Sagittarius. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's something here about aligning with your truth. aligning with your soul's purpose, your highest calling, look on your birth chart and see where your North Node is, because that's the sign that you need to embody. The traits of that zodiac sign, that's the role that you need to fulfill. And wherever your South Node is going to be the opposite sign of your North Node. That will be the role that you need to get away from, that you have already mastered, and your comfort zone. And you're meant to get out of your comfort zone in order to get this prosperity, right? And with the 11th house here, I think it's time for you to stop thinking about the collective, stop thinking about so much about what other people think, and focus more on what is going to make you happy, and less about what other people think, because the right people, the people who genuinely want the best for you, are going to be there with you no matter whether you fail or succeed, right? They're going to respect your choices regardless, so don't focus so much on that. Live your truth and be confident. And with Sagittarius here, like launching an arrow, you know, like you don't know exactly where it's gonna go, but you gotta try, you know, and you gotta trust, you gotta trust yourself and trust your skills, okay? Because you are meant for this. Like, you are capable of achieving this goal. And for some of you, again, this could be talking about traveling and moving home and getting away from maybe the community that you've always known and going somewhere, maybe even as far as another country. Okay. Group 3, this was your reading. I hope it resonated and I hope you found it helpful. Please take care, and I will see you in my next one.